It's time. Oh, hello and welcome to my video. My name is Julie and I'm coming to you from Cornerstone Village in Victoria. We are a 55 plus residence and I do this video. I started it because I was just trying to connect with people while they were in their homes, unable to come out. And now we have people that come and join me and come and sit, and then they get to eat my food. Not that it's always great, I don't know, but what you'll know about me is that I actually don't know what I'm doing that much. I mean, sure, I've cooked a little bit, but I'm not this fantastic gourmet cook, and I kind of just go with it. So, for example, today, I've actually never cooked chicken marsala. So this is my first time, and I'm doing it in an instant pot. My recipes are on my Pinterest, which is in the description. So if you want to follow along with the recipe, that is where that is. All right. And the other thing I want to say is please subscribe. If you have a YouTube, your own YouTube, you can subscribe, and then you can also click on the notifications to get notifications of when I am live. So that's kind of fun. I don't know. I'm kind of getting into this, and so I would like some subscribers. I have a few. But anyway, so today, let's see. What can we talk about? Well, I do want to say about our activities. We are getting going on those. Everybody who lives here will be getting an email probably tomorrow talking about our walking club that we're starting April 1st. I'm really excited about that. That's going to be a lot of fun. And it's getting spring. We're going to be having parties, outside parties that are for the whole neighborhood. So, oh, hi, that's sweet. Okay, I'm not going to look at my chats because then I get distracted. Hi, Bonnie. Okay, so anyway, we're going to have parties here out on our patio because we have this beautiful patio and we have the parking lot, and I think we even might have a radio station coming out and DJing for us, thanks to Kurt. I'm in the works with all of that, but it's going to be for the whole city of Victoria or anybody who wants to come. Who doesn't want to have a party, right? So those are a couple things that are coming, and that's exciting. So the one thing let's start, okay? Because I hear my Instant Pot beeping. So today we're making chicken marsala, and if you've seen any of my past videos, if you haven't, you're more than welcome to go to my channel and look at them. You'll see that I kind of talk about how the Instant Pot works. And people are afraid of it. I hear over and over again, and I heard it again today, that people that have an Instant Pot, but they're not using it. And I think that hopefully my videos will help you learn that it's actually really easy. I know I've learned that, and I actually use it. My favorite is the baked potatoes that I did a couple weeks ago. They were fabulous, and I've made those a couple times at home. I've also made the salmon as well. So this is what I'm going to teach you, though. Hello, I'm going to bring you with. So this is what the Instant Pot looks like, okay? When you are cooking, you do the pressure cooking, which I did for 8 minutes. And we will go through that again in a little bit. And then we're also going to use the saute, and we're going to use the soup. Then when you're finished, you have this black button. If the recipe tells you to let it naturally release, you do not touch it. This recipe specifically has you releasing it right away. So what you do is you take this black button and you release the steam, okay? So we're releasing the steam. You will know when it's done when that silver button goes down. So we'll wait. Sometimes it takes a minute. Because you're releasing all the steam. And I think that people get afraid to use this because they're afraid it's going to explode. But you have this button, and it makes it so easy. All you do is wait for the silver button to pop down, and you'll see it in a second. And then you can open it, and it's fine. You're not going to have an explosion as long as you do that. I don't know if the old pressure cookers did the same thing. I think that they probably didn't have the technology like we do to make sure it was safe. All right, should go down any second here. I should have music, shouldn't I? Some background music, yeah, that would be nice. All right, should go down any second here. All right, any second. I'm just kidding. There you go. See how that went down? Now it is safe to open. Voila. And so you can kind of see what we're cooking. I'm going to turn that off though for now because we are not going to be working with that right this second. That is for a little later. I always cook two so you can see what it looks like done if we get done early. So that's kind of what I'm doing. So we are making chicken marsala. I know you may ask, why is Julie always cooking with alcohol? I don't know. Seems to be the recipes that I choose. I'm not a big drinker, but I do love to cook with alcohol. I love the taste. So I think that's kind of weird, but you know what? That's me. I am kind of weird, so that's okay. The first thing we're doing is we are going to take our chicken. Okay, I'm going to make sure you can see this good. Okay, so we've got our chicken. Do you see how it's kind of thick? We want that to be about an inch. So what I'm going to do, and this is just me, because I don't have a rolling pin. You could use a rolling pin. I just use a glass. And you just kind of pound it out to get it flattened. Do you see how that's flattening? And you kind of go like this to kind of bring it into the side so that the meat has somewhere to go. And you just bring it down. This is a big piece. There you go. I don't like raw chicken. Anybody, I say that all the time. Then we're going to salt it. And we're going to use pepper. Okay. And then some Italian seasoning. And then I'm going to use my knife to kind of pat it, just so I don't get chicken, because I only have one hand here. And then I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing. Oh, I also need to cut off some of that gunk. Salt it. Pepper. Italian seasoning. Press it in, preferably with your hands, right? And then I'm going to cut this stuff off. I do not like any gristle with my stuff. My husband gets after me because I always do way too much. He's like, look at how much chicken look at how sharp these knives are. Aren't they fantastic? I got them off of Amazon and there's a bunch of different colors. I just love them. All right, so there's our chicken. So now I'm going to put that back here. Okay, so now we're going to put the Instant Pot on saute, okay? I have my 4 chicken breasts, and you see how thin it is? And they got seasoning on both sides. I'm going to put this off over here. It's gross. Put my glass over here too. So what we're doing right now is we're going to put in 2 tablespoons. Why is there a glare? 2 tablespoons of butter, and then a teaspoon of olive oil. And the reason that you add the olive oil is so that the butter does not burn. I learned that today. So that's kind of a good tidbit of information, isn't it? So you've got it on saute. Now here's something I also learned. You have to mess with the timing on it because it'll turn off on its own. It's set automatically for 3 minutes, and I don't know why, because I never said I wanted it done at 3 minutes. So you turn the saute on, and then I turn the timer up quite a bit because I want it to continue while I'm, complete cooking. So when I was doing the other batch, it turned off and my chicken wasn't cooking, which was super annoying. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're waiting for the sear to turn on. I probably should have turned that on earlier. Sorry. By the way, if you're watching from my Facebook, thank you. It's nice to see you guys. I actually put this on my Facebook. I don't know why I thought to do that, but I thought if I'm doing this, maybe somebody might want to see. Somebody might not know how to use an Instant Pot, or they have one and they're not using it like everybody seems to be doing. All right. So I am going to take the chicken and I'm going to put it in the Instant Pot. Now remember, it is on saute. So we've got the butter and the olive oil melting. It's funny because it's 4 chicken breasts, but it only really fits 3 at a time. So we're going to have to saute this and then do the other one. One thing I do want to note is this is 4 servings. So there's 4 chicken breasts, 4 servings, and the calories are 491, a little bit high. The one thing is that you add a 1/3 cup of cream at the end. You don't have to do that, and that can add, like, take off some of the calories. I'm going to add it because I like it to be good, and I like it to be creamy. So that's what I'm doing. I don't know why this isn't sauteing very well. Go. There we go. I hear it. So you saute both pieces of chicken. I think what you're doing is you're kind of cooking the outside. You don't have to cook it all the way through. Cook the outside. And then when we do the Instant Pot part, that will cook it through and make it nice and tender. That's the whole point of an Instant Pot, is it's like a crock pot. You know, you get that tender chicken, you tender meat. I mean, I love a roast in the crock pot. That's one of my favorite things. It's so tender, falls apart. Even chicken, you know, I make my chicken tacos, but this is the same. I mean, the meat comes out the same if you cook it right. As I found out one time when I made a roast, I did not cook it long enough. That it's the same. It's still that tender, fall apart, but it's done in a matter of minutes. And I think that that is what's so great about this. I love it. Okay, I'm going to turn them over and I'll show you what it looks like. I'm going to let it. Okay. Well, you guys are sitting there looking at my arm. Okay, so that's what it's looking like. You can see the Italian seasoning on it, the butter, salt and pepper on there. So it looks good. It's coming together. Okay. Let's see. So I'm just going to cook this for 1 more minute, and then I'm going to cook the other piece. I am going to say I'm really picky about my stuff. Probably, like I told you guys before, I had a parasite this summer. I was sick for 6 weeks. Brand new job. That was really fun. But my team was so gracious with me, but I was sick constantly, and it was like I'd have to leave meetings. But anyway, so now I was picky before, now I'm even more picky. So like I am using a different plate for my chicken right now than I did for the raw chicken. So I'm going to go put this one last breast in here, put it in the plate over there-ish, because it's got the raw chicken on it, and I'm going to wash my hands real quick. I don't think there's any way around washing my hands while I'm on that. Okay, so I also looked up how to wash mushrooms because I know some people don't wash mushrooms, but I got sick through a salad with many other people, lots and lots of other people. So all my vegetables I always wash, even if it says it's pre-washed, I don't care, I wash it. And just being extra careful with that because I don't want to get sick again. And not only that, you know, when you get sick from that, then you're like really, you're eating poop. So that's disgusting. Like somebody had poop on their hands and that's how I got sick. That's disgusting. So I don't do that. So I did wash my mushrooms, and how I heard was a good way to wash them is to just put them in a big bowl of cold water and kind of swish it around, and you can see the dirt come off of it. Ooh, yuck. Okay, these are ready. So these are set aside. They're done. Now we're going to start with the mushrooms. So the first thing we're going to do is add another tablespoon of butter. Then we're going to add a whole tablespoon of garlic, which is good, yummy. And you know me, if you've watched my video, heaping tablespoon of garlic, right? And then you're going to do the mushrooms. So I've already washed them. I put them in that bowl of water. I stirred them around a little bit, and then I laid them out on a paper towel and put another paper towel on top and patted them. So you don't want them to get soggy. So you got to do that kind of quick. So I'm going to put these in here. Okay. And you want to stir that up. I'll bring you over here so you can see. Again, I wish you guys could smell it. So good. can see all this brown stuff at the bottom. We're going to get that in just a minute with the wine and the chicken, what do you call that? Chicken broth, yeah. Okay, so we also want to put half a teaspoon of Italian seasoning in there. I'm just kind of guessing. I'm not going to measure it. Okay. Oh, this smells so good. I love the smell of the garlic. Okay, so now we're going to take, this is a 2-cup glass measuring cup, and I'm going to put 1 cup of chicken broth. And if you want, you can use the low sodium. And then, you know, if you don't want a lot of salt, you can do low sodium if you want. My family likes a lot of salt, so I don't ever get that. Then this is the wine. Oh, it smells good. So you do 1 cup of Marsala wine. They have sweet and they have dry. I got dry because I like that bitter taste in my food. The one thing that Rachel Ray always says is, if you're going to buy wine, do not buy the cheap cooking wine in the grocery store. You want to buy actual wine that somebody would drink. Not me, but somebody would drink. So that's what I did. I went to the liquor store and I buy wine from there. Okay, I put those in here. I'll let you see here. Now I'm going to cook. I'm going to stir it. And as I stir it, I'm getting those brown spots off because that's actually flavoring. So you want to get that. Okay, can you see? There you go. Like I said, I'm an amateur YouTuber, so do not expect high quality, people. Okay, so there's the mushrooms I cook in there. It's on saute. All right. There we go. So that's ready. Now what we're going to do is we are going to put the chicken back in. Make this work. Put the chicken back in on top. Okay. So I'm going to use my fingers because that other tongs had raw chicken on it. So I'm going to put them in there. All 4 pieces just right on top. Okay. I'm going to push them in there so that they're good. And I'm going to wash my hands real quick again. I wouldn't be so picky about it if people weren't eating the food after, but that's gross. So now we are going to turn this on, and I'm going to show you how to do this, okay? So now we're on saute. We're going to turn it off. You cancel it. Then you take the lid, which looks like this, okay? You put it on. This is where I always have issues. One of these is harder to do than the other. There we go. And you got it shut, and you can see, and it makes that noise when it's done. So now you want to put it on pressure cook, and we're going to do 8 minutes. Okay? So now that's going. It doesn't just take 8 minutes, though. It has to warm up first, and then it takes 8 minutes. Okay? Okay. So now we're going to take our other one, and we're going to show you what to do once that's done. So once the 8 minutes is done, it'll smell good. It'll look like this. Yummy. I know. And then we're going to take a plate and take out the chicken. Okay, you know what? I need these tongs. I'm going to wash them. Just because that's easier. Sorry. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't. Well, next week we're doing dessert, so I won't have to worry about all this, right? Okay, so I'm going to take out the chicken and put it on a plate. Yum. Ooh. Mushroom overboard. Okay, I think the mushrooms need to be in there. Okay, so the 4 pieces of chicken, taking them out, putting them on a nice clean plate. Okay, keeping the mushrooms in there, even though they want to come out. Okay, and now, okay, we are going to put it on the soup setting. Okay, so, and it says 30 minutes. So I think that that'll be fine. And we're going to put in more salt, a little bit of pepper, and then we're going to do a cornstarch and water mix. The thing about the cornstarch and water, and I've learned this by doing this with you guys, is you do it right before you put it in, and you mix the cornstarch and water first, then put it in. But that's our thickening agent. That's what's going to make it more thick. So I'm just going to put a little bit of salt and pepper. I am a firm believer that people can salt and pepper their own stuff too. Right? I mean, you guys can, if you want more salt, you can put it on. Okay. So what we're doing is we have a half a cup of cold water and a quarter cup of cornstarch. Okay. And you don't want it to be heaping. So you just want it to be a quarter cup. And I usually take a fork, and it gets really gummy. But I take a fork. This one's better. The last one that I did was the same amount, and this one has more water, so that'll be a lot easier. Ooh, listen to that noise. Sorry. But you mix it up really good. I'll even do this a little bit. And then you pour it in the mixture. And then you're going to take your whisk, and I'll show you. Take your whisk and stir that in. Okay? On the soup mode, that's going to be cooking it. This will take a couple minutes, and then it'll be thick. Then, so while this is going and cooking, I'm going to tell you about one of my little secrets. Probably not that much of a secret to you, those busy people, but I hate cooking rice. I always burn the rice. I never cook it right. Never. So I buy these. And this is just a packet of rice. It's ready to go. So you just kind of squeeze it up like this. And then you open it about 2 inches. You put it in the microwave just like this for 90 seconds. And then it's done. And it's so good. So I'm going to do that. By the way, you guys can see our beautiful kitchen that I get to work out of, which is a lot of fun. I really enjoy cooking out of this kitchen. All new appliances, and it's really pretty, and there's lots of room. So it's fun that I get to do that here. So anyway, I'm using that rice. You can do chicken marsala over pasta if you want. They suggest the egg noodles. You can do it over rice, like I like, or you can even do it on mashed potatoes, which I think would be really good. I haven't done that before, but it would be good, wouldn't it? Okay, here we go. You can see how it's thicker. See how it's getting thicker. You can see all the garlic in there. Oh my, that looks good. Okay, so now I'm going to put in a 1/3 cup of cream. Okay, and you're going to turn it off first. So turn it off. We don't want to cook the cream. And now it's boiling. You're going to put a 1/3 cup of cream in here. Oh my, that looks good. Excellent. Look at how creamy that is. Okay, so we've stopped the cooking. You can see that it's off. So that's good. Then I'm going to go get my rice. And I'm going to get a plate, and I'm going to dish it up so you guys can see how it turns up. So then you open the rest of this and just get a spoon. Put a little bit of rice on the plate. Ooh, that's a lot of rice. And I'll put the chicken breast on. And then you take the sauce. Make sure you get the mushrooms. And you pour it over the rice and the chicken. One thing about me is I love sauce. I love condiments. I love sauce. I am just...
Sexy girl.
And there you go. Look at how pretty that looks. Looks very pretty. It looks really good. Now for the taste test, right? Okay. You get a fork. You know, when I start this, I always have everything that I think I'm going to need, and then I still need more. So, okay, this is going to be hot. Chicken is very tender. And the mushrooms look good. All right, this looks really hot, doesn't it? Look at all that steam. Doesn't it look hot?
Mm-hmm.
That's good. I like it. It's really good. I can taste the flavor of the wine, and the mushrooms are perfect. Not soggy like I wondered if they would be since they cook so much, but they're not. They're perfect. They're cooked through, but not soggy. Very good. So if you guys make this recipe, please comment and let me know what you think. If you have any suggestions, let me know. Next month, we will be working on the air fryer. So we're going to do some things with the air fryer. One, we're going to make buffalo wings, but we're going to make them in the Instant Pot and then put them in the air fryer. So I'll show you how to do all that. And that'll be really fun to learn how to use that. I make chicken quesadillas in the air fryer too. Lots of things to do. And then next week, we're making creme brulee. I've never made it in the Instant Pot, but they say that you can. So we will try that. All right. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
So what's planned?